All right, we're gonna kick it off. Let me know when you start recording. Oh, we are recording. Cool.
Yeah, I think it's going.
And what business was this? The trucking business. All right. Well, Ron, I want to thank you for sitting down with me today. I know as a business owner during all this, I'm sure you're pretty hectic. But to start off, how's the week going, man?
It's going good. We had a couple curveballs this week. Had a truck got broke down earlier this week, but we got them back on the road. So we're going. Just one more thing thrown at us during all this craziness.
Rolling with the punches. Rolling with the punches. I love it.
Absolutely.
So I guess to start off, I've stopped in a couple times, chatted with you, and before everything got hectic, I was able to walk through the door. But I didn't get a chance to look online. How long you guys actually been in business over there?
Oh, so the business has been in for I think about 15 years now. I've been in the trucking industry though for close to 20.
Yeah.
Uh, but started off just me and another guy. Decided to partner up, and we took it. And now I think we're 17 total employees.
Well,
We've been there for probably the last 5 or 6 years.
awesome, man. Well, it sounds like you guys have obviously dealt with some long-term success. Is there anything that you can really, pinpoint, say this is one of the main reasons we've been so successful, so long-term successful in this industry? Is there anything that jumps out to you?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, deliver loads, get long-term clients, take care of them, take care of your guys. It's not a complicated business, so we've got some good dedicated runs out there that we've been able to just expand on, and hopefully it continues.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to dive into some questions, see if there's anything that I can do for you as a business owner. And we're also going to chat a little bit about Aflac. So, if you still got some time, I definitely got some questions for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go.
Awesome. So, last time we talked, you said a lot of the guys were worried about layoffs, and you were worried about bringing value back to their positions. You wanted them to see value in working for you. Is there any other reason that you really wanted to sit down with me?
Not you hit it. I mean, you've been coming in for a while. You talked about how you may have some solutions that can help with benefits, and I know that's a way that employees see value in their jobs. And right now they're worried. Right now they're concerned about whether or not we're going to keep the doors open, and it's not a concern for me. So I'm trying to find a way to kind of put these guys' mind at ease.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that um, we don't lose them, or make sure that they're not concerned about things they shouldn't be concerned about. And
Yeah.
your timing was perfect. I think it just kind of lined up to where your options might actually be a good fit. So I'm excited to kind of hear how that works, see what we can potentially come across.
Yeah, man. And you pretty much hit the nail right on the head. That's really what I specialize in. I specialize in helping companies retain their top talent. And the one thing I kind of picked out of what you just said is you want to do something so you don't lose these guys. Now, building off of that, how is you guys' turnover rate over there?
We're pretty good. We've got, like I said, I think we're at 17 drivers right now in trucking industry. You're always going to lose a couple here and there.
Yeah.
They jump ship, and then 3-4 months later they're calling me saying, "Hey, you got a load to run? You got a load to run?" And they're with me for 2 years again. So I'll tell you, turnover is really not that big of an issue, but I lose a couple guys every year. We have to hire a couple new guys for whatever situation. I tell you, a majority of my folks have probably been with me for 3-4+ years for the most part, and they're pretty good dedicated drivers. We keep them busy.
Yeah, it's awesome. Is there anything you guys are doing? Uh, is there anything you guys have in place to keep people around, major medical things like that?
These guys these guys we've got medical insurance in place. We got major medical. Majority of folks participate in that. We do a cost share on that, obviously, to try to help out. Just think
Right.
it's another thing to do. But I'll tell you, most of the guys, they want to get home on the weekends. Most of our runs are dedicated. We're pretty much a Midwest carrier, so
Hmm.
we don't have guys gone for too long at a time. So I think that, and we've got good equipment. We our trucks typically stay on the road. Besides the one that broke down this week.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
except the one this
yeah,
week.
but we got them right back on the road. We got them right back
Perfect.
out there and working, and that's a big thing for our industry. So, I think at the end of the day, we've got a good setup. Our guys are happy with what they're doing,
Yeah.
but like I said, we lose a couple here and there all the time.
Yeah, definitely. And the one thing that I hear a lot from business owners in this industry is, once that driver, has a load, he's got to get it to wherever it's got to be in a time frame. So how hard is it for these guys to, let's say someone has got a cough, someone's got a cold while they're on the road. How hard is it for them to take some time out of their route to go see a physician?
Yeah, I'd say most of them probably don't. I mean, they're they probably grab whatever they can from the truck stop and keep running until they get home.
Absolutely,
I would,
absolutely, and I hear that a bunch. But Ron, I do want to thank you for answering some of my questions. I think just based off that info, I have a couple of ideas on how I might be able to help you out. But first off, we're just going to dive into Aflac. So I'm going to share my screen with you,
oh,
and we're going to go through. Oh, I can't share screen, Ron. It says host disabled, participant share. There we go. Little technical difficulties.
pause for
All right.
notification.
Can you see that, Ron? What's up?
It is not coming up yet. There it goes. Yeah. So Sean has started sharing
I apologize. Bear with me here.
technology.
So, all right. Are you seeing a black screen or are you seeing
I,
the?
I am seeing a black screen.
All right. Well, that's all right. We'll move on without screen sharing here.
Yeah.
Um, Let me see if there's anything I can do. Yeah, it closed out of it for me. But we're just gonna dive into to a little bit about Aflac here. So I guess to start off, Aflac's a little bit different than your major medical carrier. Your major medical carrier is gonna take care of paying the institutions. We pay the individual. Um, we've been in business for over 50 years here, providing high-tech business solutions to our clients and cash benefits to their employees. We work with over 465,000 U.S. businesses, and we have over 50 million policyholders that we service. One of the things that we really pride ourselves on at Aflac is our customer service, and just being one of those companies that people want to turn to for solutions. Um, I apologize, Ron. I'm looking at my notes. All right, so to start off, obviously you wanted to bring Aflac in and say, hey, I care about my employees. I want to do something for them. But there is some business solutions for working with Aflac. First off, we help companies with controlling costs, with payroll taxes. By implementing some of our plans on a pre-tax basis, you and the employee are going to be able to benefit from it. Now with workers' comp, I don't know how you guys' workman's comp is over there. How's the any problems with that? Any issues you've seen over the past few months or few years?
I don't think anything more than the normal, but we definitely have a couple every year that they get filed.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hear that all the time. It's not anything that's pressing, but um, the majority of workman's comp claims happen on Monday morning before 10 a.m. Now it could be because, these employees are getting injured on Monday morning, after a tough weekend, getting back to it. But in reality, those employees were probably injured outside of work over the weekend. They don't really have a way to source income. So we've seen that in a 3 to 5 year period, by implementing our accident and disability plans, we're able to help companies lower that overall mod rate. Does that make sense to you?
It does. I've heard about that in the past, and it's not something that we've really got in any type of strategy around. Like I said, we only have a couple a year, but that makes sense. I think maybe one or two of those claims may not have happened on the job.
Yeah. Yep.
Sometimes,
Yep.
sometimes those are the employees that don't stick around very long with us.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt. And a couple other things we help companies with. In the hiring marketplace, we help you guys stay competitive. I don't know if you've ever had uh, the perfect candidate. You find somebody that you think is going to be the best driver for you, somebody you really want to bring on, and they call you and say, "Hey, Ron, I've decided to take another job," and it might have been strictly because benefits. We know that implementing some of our plans are going to help you stick out in the marketplace and really help you bring in that key employee that you want. But then once that employee is on your team, having our benefits in place is going to help up the retention of that employee. Does that make sense to you?
It does. It does. That's
Perfect. So we give
obviously a big reason why we wanted to chat with you guys today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we give the employer the option of flexible funding. I'm sure you don't know too much about AFLAC funding. It might just be something that's in the back of your mind, but we give the employer the ability to make our plans completely 100% funded by the employee. Or if the employer is comfortable, they can contribute whatever they feel right, whether that be a dollar amount or whether that be a percentage. Um, what
Okay.
I
Yeah,
always
no, I
tell
thought these were completely employee products. From my understanding, it was just employee type products.
Yeah, definitely. And the majority of the time, that's what we see. I see sometimes business owners want to really do something for their employees. They want to make their employees feel like they're really cared for, and they'll contribute something around $50 a month per employee, which is equivalent to about a 20% or 20 cent per hour raise. So not anything crazy, but it's something some business owners do. If you want to just make it employee funded, we got no problem with that. All right.
Sounds good.
Last but not least, we know that putting our benefits in place is going to make your employees that much more satisfied. I know as a business owner of a trucking company, you probably don't get the chance to see your guys a lot. Um, exactly.
On the road, and then they get home. When they get back, they drop that truck and they're gone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So putting something like this in place is going to make your employees feel that much more satisfied with their place of work. And it's also going to help alleviate the stress behind, what happens if I'm put off work, and especially our times we're in right now. What if a family member is sick and has to go into a hospital? What if I can't pay my bills? What if I'm put off work? That's where our benefits come in. So that's really what we help with. We provide a cash benefit to that employee for them to be able to go out and be able to keep up with that car payment, the house payment, keep food on the table, things like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. So it seems like there's a couple ways that we might be able to help you guys out. I know that obviously we want to help you with retention. But the other thing I really want to help you with is obviously sourcing for your new hires, bringing people in. There's a couple programs that I work with that aren't AFLAC programs. That's going to help you go find the right candidate for a job. It sounds like at the beginning, turnover rate's not something you're extremely worried about. Maybe 2, 3 guys throughout the year, but with a team of 15 to 17 guys, losing 3 or 4 guys a year might be pretty expensive. Do you know how much that's actually affecting your bottom line, losing a guy and bringing a new one on?
No, I mean, obviously it costs us some money to find someone. But as a dollar amount, no, I'm not really sure. I
Okay.
mean, a
Okay.
couple weeks having a truck maybe down, something like that. That's an impact, but not too sure.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What I'm going to do after this meeting is actually send you an email for a link for a company that I work with called Get Hired. It's just going to show you some ways that we help companies with headhunting, onboarding, things like that, and also tax credits. You know, as a small business, I'm sure you're looking for any way to save money on your bottom line. This might be able to help you out quite a bit. So, obviously, I want to get to helping you out with your main issues, which is employee retention. And we can worry about other things down the road. But my main goal is to be able to become a partner with you. And as you grow your business, I want to grow with you. So moving forward, I think the best way for us to educate your employees wouldn't be for you to walk up to them and say, hey, guys, who wants more insurance? Because I would say majority of the time people aren't really looking to just add insurance when someone walks into the room and asks.
No,
So
unless I'm paying for it, they're probably not going to jump at the chance.
absolutely. So what we're going to do, I think that if me and you strategically partner together to bring Aflac to your employees in a positive way, I think a lot of our policies will be well received by them. So I'm going to send over a couple marketing pieces to you for you to put up by the time clock or something, just to kind of get the word Aflac, get the brand in their head a little bit. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect. And obviously, your guys are constantly on the road. I wouldn't want to try to set up a time where I'm coming into your office and you're trying to scramble to get all your guys together. So the best way for us to move forward, if you'd send me a list of all of your employees, their name, phone number, and email, I can reach out to everyone directly and set up personal one-on-one appointments with them, to where we can just have a conversation about Aflac, and they kind of feel like it's a little bit more personalized to them. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, on our health insurance, we kind of just do all that stuff on our own. So what you're saying is you want to call them and go through this. I might have to think about that a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit different. I actually can just send a text invite. I know a lot of the guys are probably text or email savvy where they can just get a text right on their phone, see my calendar, pick a day that works best for them, and sit down and talk with me over the phone for 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Sound good?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it makes it a little easier because the last thing I want to do is be taking away from productivity of your guys, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So send me over that list. I'll start reaching out to them. After this call, if you have 15 minutes, we need to call my headquarters and basically just give them verification that you're letting me talk to employees. Aflac's really protective over our future clients and our already clients' information, things like that. So just need permission to talk to employees. Do you have 10 minutes right after this stop on a call?
Yeah, we can do that.
Awesome. Awesome. So send me the list. We'll hop on a call. I'm going to actually email you, like I said, some marketing stuff for you to put by the time clock. And we should be good that way. Now, the last thing we need to talk about is if you feel comfortable funding it all. If you want to make it 100% employee funded, we can do that. But if you'd want to contribute a flat dollar amount or percentage, we can do that as well.
Yeah, I think right now we're looking at just trying to provide some additional value for them, some options. Maybe if we get a chance to review those plans and the cost points a little bit more, maybe we'll look at doing something. But let's just start off to see what kind of interest that we gauge, and we go from there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And last but not least, we need to figure out if you guys are going to be able to do a payroll deduction for us. I would say about 90% of my clients, we just do a payroll deduction, whether that be the payroll they do in-house or a company does it for them. So do you guys have a payroll slot open?
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Awesome. Awesome. So I will send you over that email right away with some marketing stuff if you'd get that list together. I'm going to call you here within the next 5 minutes, and we'll make that call to headquarters, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks, Sean.
Awesome, Ron. Thanks for sitting down with me today.